May is National Beef Month, and we are joined by the Bergey Boys Blazing BBQ team from Canton. And for May Beef Month, we've got ourselves some mighty good-looking steaks. They're going to tell us how they like to cook them up from left to right. We've got Brock, we've got Brady, we've got Brandon, and we've got Don. Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Thanks for having us. Excited to be here.
All right, well, let's start out. Tell us what we've got here ready to throw on the grill.
Well, we've got 2 T-bones here that are from Oak Meadow Meats up in Harmony. Very nice looking cut of meat. Very practical meat for grilling, and turns out very nice with just a few simple ingredients. Now I like to use a little olive oil on mine. Brandon, he prefers naan, so I'm just gonna put a little olive oil on and probably rotate that in. And Brock, if you want to put some salt and pepper. I put olive oil on because I think it helps keeps the grill from sticking. It also lets the salt and pepper adhere a little bit better so that some of that doesn't dry off or burn off.
Pile it on.
A little more on
you
that.
think so?
Yes, load it up.
As you can see, we vary in our spice likes. I'm a little more conscious about my cholesterol.
I just want it to taste good. So.
Dad, what do you think?
I like salt on it.
Yeah, I like a little. I'd put more pepper than salt, personally.
Well, then if you want to get Brandon's, I guess his
Here, Brandon, you do it the
I'm
way
gonna
you
load
like
it
it.
up.
Let's show them how you do it.
I like to load mine up with salt.
Oh, wow, you get really right down there.
Yep. Get every inch.
What's the advantage of putting salt and pepper on before cooking versus after?
We'll add some afterwards as well, but kind of helps.
Yes, I do.
Caramelize and get some crust built on.
Now the grills are ready to go. Tell us a little bit about the preparation, as we do have both a charcoal grill here behind Brock, and behind Brandon we have the gas grill. Talk a little bit about the preparation for actually getting ready to throw the meat on.
Sure, absolutely. Brandon, again, we just have some different opinions. I think Dad's led Brandon on the gas grill, the convenience factor, and you know, as far as getting to the temperature. I like the charcoal, a little bit more of the smokier taste, but both steaks turn out pretty darn nice. Brandon, you cook at about 500 degrees.
Yep, I do about 500.
And I like mine to sit right around 450. Right now I'm just a little over that. If you are using charcoal, I'd recommend against using lighter fluid. Use a chimney starter whenever possible. Gets the coals nice and hot, and doesn't leave any of that aftertaste and smell in the grill. The other point I want to just mention, these have been resting for about 20 minutes before we will be putting them on the grill. Just allow the muscles to relax a little bit more, and hopefully get a little more to room temperature. So. Now, because the tenderloin is a smaller cut of meat on here, I'm going to try to get that away from the hottest section, which is the center here. So I'm just going to kind of rotate it there and just let her sit. And I'll probably leave this open here. Normally when I'm using this grill I don't, but for steaks I kind of like it. If I get a little flare up, it kind of builds some of that crust. So we'll just let her sit there.
Now, is there a strategy to putting it on the right spot on a gas grill, or is the temperature pretty even throughout?
On mine, the back is a little more hotter, so that's why I put it back on there. Close the lid. Let it go. I'm going to go about 2 minutes, 15 seconds, and then I'm going to rotate it about 90 degrees. Get those grill lines in there. I turn it about 90 degrees.
The steak was just on this side of the spot of the grill. I like to try to move it off a little bit further. This is going to be a cooler. You know, if I put it right back where it was before, it's going to be cooler there. So if I want to keep it a hot temperature, I just move it off a little bit and try to get away from that cold spot. I guess myself, I like grill marks, so I like the two flip. You know, the rotate per
90
side.
degree turn.
Yeah.
But we really only flip it once, I guess.
Yep.
To lock it in.
Yep. Good point. Yep. Yeah, we rotate but flip once. You know, the other thing is what's the right temperature for the steak? We're kind of the family of medium is kind of what we like. I think it's because Mom was always concerned about having it well done so we didn't get sick, so she would very well done it. But so we tamed down to medium a little bit more. A lot of the people we talk to like a medium rare steak, so that's what we're aiming for, but it's not what we're used to making, so it might be a little bit.
Now we're ready to flip her to the other side. We'll see how it's looking. Oh, looking
Brandon, that's looking.
It does look good.
Like some mighty good.
Pull her up and do it the same to the other side.
Brandon's grill marks are looking a lot nicer than on mine there. I kind of lost some of the flame in the charcoal. Now we got our flame back. So we're trying to get this temperature to about 130, 135. One of the biggest things that people might not account for is the carryover temperature. They always say let your steak rest 5-10 minutes at least. It'll also still continue to cook as the fibers continue to expand. So you want to pull it off about 5 degrees prior to what your actual liking on it. I like to put a little butter with some rosemary, just kind of baste it on top. I don't know if it really does anything, but I think butter can't hurt.
I think I'm going to call mine done, Braden.
I think I'm going to pull mine off here.
What do you got, Brandon Bergey?
There's mine. Nice and juicy. So let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes so it keeps the juices in.
We're probably going to have a couple. Mine's going to be probably a little bit more on the medium rare side, and
It'll be a little
probably
more
right about
done.
medium. So yeah, right, kind of at a medium is right around 145 degrees, so 140 to 145. Brandon's is reading nicely too, just as we expected, just a little bit hotter. Now, of course, the tenderloin, or the loin side is going to be a little bit warmer because it's a smaller cut of meat, so I'd expect that to read a little bit hot, which it is. So this is a nice big cut of steak. We like fat in our family, as you can tell, between the butter and the salt. So a lot of people would trim this off ahead of time, but that's my treat. So.
Gives it flavor.
So again, not a lot of extra pink there, but
Looks good.
That looks delicious.
there, somebody can eat that. I don't.
Put a little bit of garnish on there.
Look at that, Brock. You read my mind.
Bruces are right up.
Could do an infomercial on this. You would expect to pay this much for one of these steaks.
Just like candy, isn't it?
Oh my God. That is so good.
Pretty simple, too.
We're the Bergey Boys Blazing BBQ team. Thank you, cattlemen. Happy May Beef Month.